Both teams shooting over 50% in this half. The kick and the three for Wells. That's found money there.
Under a minute to play, and Wells hanging over Toure. Connects from downtown. Glove skip. Wells for three. Bingo.
Second three of the afternoon for Wells.
Rice with 15. And man, has he given this crowd here this afternoon a lot to cheer about. And again, the story of Miles Rice just starting to get written. Survivor of Hodgkin's lymphoma. He's battled his way off that medical red shirt. And now he's burgeoning into a star for Washington State. Mullins fouled from behind, no whistle. Wells, transition three. Wells with 16. Munson got it inside, taken away. And Wells, Jaylen Wells, a junior transfer from the Division II ranks, the steal in the
lineup right here. Winsu and Jaylen Wells on your wings, 6'7", 6'8", to go along with the interior of Jones and Chinyelu.
And there is Jaylen Wells. The drive, but great job by Hargris to cut him off. Rice again using the screen, kick out. And a big time bomb from Jaylen Wells, and finish. Jaylen Wells, I think, is going to be a star for the Cougars. Got the ball now, open three on the way. Bang!
But look who found him. Winsu. They put him into the speed and the pace of the Division I game. He's going to be another asset.
And you see that off the glass. And a chance for three now for Jaylen Wells.
From the corner onto the floor, Jaylen Wells cashing it in. The 6'8" junior. Yeah, he started just 3 games out of the 9 this season. Onto the floor for the Cougs, Jay Mullins with the assist. He gets it to Jaylen Wells, which is a good idea because Wells is coming in.
He's coming off the bench, at least.
You sound jealous.
I am.
Wells tees it up and connects.
That's his third three. Yeah, 5 or 6 hour drives.
Maybe Coach drives a little faster than you do, Al.
He must be, because if it take it in 4 hours, he's full.
There's no doubt about it, Alicia. Like I said, I don't think there's any egos. There's no selfishness. And that young man right there is on fire.
5 made threes.
Rice finds a wide open Jaylen Wells for three. Blocks it in. Jaylen Wells with the big three.
And then notice how they got the Cougs spread out now. And the big key here is you just can't give up with the look. Here
come the Trojans. Collier back in the game, trying to step on the gas. James loses the handle, though. It's Mullins to Watts. Wells has the look. Both teams in the bonus. Keep that in mind. It's Wells. It's driving to the cup unimpeded. Cougars steal the lead. Right.
Loves the spotlight. Of course, he's a transfer from Carolina, but he scored 30 against UCLA in the Sweet 16 round of the NCAA tournament. Followed it up with 28 against Duke in the semifinal before their season was ended. Oh, what a finish by Jaylen Wells, the junior.
Goes out on Jaylen Wells. He won't let that entry pass get there.
Wells, he'll fire away. Looks good.
He can shoot the basketball, Greg. As I mentioned early in the season, wasn't playing. I talked about Jaylen's athleticism, and man, did he go up there and grab that one.
Down the lane. Wells took it right away from him.
Yeah, nowhere to go for Pelle Larson. Not sure what he had in mind right there.
Rice leaves it for Jones. He can't handle the pass. Chinyelu picks it up and puts it through.
Right out of his hand. Yeah, it's cold outside. It's been cold inside so far. Wow.
Cougars running. Arizona not getting back on defense. The result, a flush by Jaylen Wells, and the largest lead of the game for Washington State. They're up by 10.
Oh, they're up for the challenge today, Greg. They're beating Arizona down the court. This is just way too easy. I know Tommy Lloyd doesn't like this at all.
There's Oscar Clough. He's at the free throw line, 4 to shoot. Wells, shot on the way. That's good.
It's a nice shot by Jaylen Wells.
This, again, a very crucial week for Stanford basketball. 3 home games in 7 days. They won the first game. If they can win both this weekend, you're looking at 6-2 and squarely in the top, near the top of the conference.
Send it back. Jaylen Wells, yes, a Sonoma State. Remarkable journey that Oscar Clough has been on. From the Sunshine Coast in Australia to Cochise and Douglas. Beautiful.
Oh, how about that pass? Whoa! Miles Rice, what a pass! Wells operating one-on-one against Angel. Took him right inside.
Lost to him when we had an 11-point lead with 3 minutes to go and didn't score the rest of the way. Washington State Cougars should be really acknowledged, maybe even given a raise, hopefully.
Running shot there.
Pat Chun, the first Asian American to ever be an athletic director at a big-time college. But he's been Roy and HG, greatest television show.
Oh, gosh. All right, let's take it. It's going to be about executing, turnovers, and rebounding. Washington State much more physical on the defensive end here the last few minutes.
Jaylen Wells in the lane, and one in the
quick double right on the catch.
Tough three from the wing.
Jaylen Wells with the score.
Yeah, that young man was injured early in the season, Ted.
Remember, this is a Washington State team. Last Thursday night, Miles Rice, he had 35 points. Wells buries a three.
That's just a beautiful setup that time by Miles.
And that pass saw that. Isaac Jones saw that coming.
Yeah, everybody. Stevie Wonder saw that one coming, Ted. He just telegraphed that bad boy big time. They got to send some help, though.
And in the lane goes Wells for the finish.
That's a nice, strong move. He's 6'8". Yeah, it's going to be tough as Devon Smith is still out.
And Wells buries a three.
Yeah, he lined that bad boy up. He's shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. It's going to be a big win for Washington State. As you said, they'll get a big jump in their net rating. Knocking off a team in Utah that was 24 as Jaylen Wells knocks down another three.
Is Colorado. 5 and 4 are the Cougars. 8 on the shot clock. Clough a long way away. Wells 3 on the way. Bingo.
Yeah, I mentioned he could do that. He could put that ball on the floor, attack the rim. If you lay off
with the basketball, Yakimowski. Here's Wells 3 on the way.
I've been impressed with his shooting, Greg, from three-point range. He came into this one averaging 82 points a game. They've got 34 right now with 15 minutes left.
Jaylen Wells creates space, bangs it through.
Well, that's what you like about him, Greg. I mentioned he could put that ball on the floor, stopped on a dime, and knock down.
Replaced Miles Rice. Yakimowski, big first half, nothing yet here in the second. Great catch by Wells, 7 to shoot. He turns, fires, and gets the roll. The touch.
Oh, you talk about getting the shooting.
Got a jump stop. Yakimowski, boy, that could have brought rain. Clough had it, lost it. Wells with the offensive rebound, the puck back, and a chance for 3 on the flush.
Yeah, that young man, I tell you, Greg, I've been impressed with him. Knocking down three-point shot, mid-range jumpers, attacking the rim, dunking on people, getting the and one. Jaylen Wells. As we see him right there, he gets the shooter's bounce on this one. He used all of the rim, but this play right there, he says, block this one, Greg. Heister.
Isaac Jones, another chance. Jones with his, what is that, his 7th, I believe, rebound, yes.
They've been beating everybody to the offensive, to the ball on the offensive glass, Greg, the last 2 ball games.
Wells.
That's a nice shot. Yeah, that young man is turning into some kind of play.
Wells backs Mulcahy down, 3 to shoot, turnaround, push, got it to go. Lane pass, backing Mulcahy down, throws it up off the square, it is. Possession by possession calls. Crossover 4 for the lead. Got it.
306th time, a series that dates back to 1907. Andre Yakimowski having a career year as a senior. Rice to the baseline. Flips it out to Wells. Checks his toes and knocks it down. Jaylen Wells. Wells, oh, he sat his defender down and hit the jumper.
Well, we talked about tough matchups. Tyler Bilodeau on Jaylen Wells is a tough cover. Jaylen Wells is playing so well.
Cougs there on the defensive glass. Rice with his eyes up. Wells again. Jaylen Wells. Winsu sends it back his way. Rice able to save the possession. Pope falls off defensively. Wells off the crossover. Pull up three. Bam! Jaylen Wells going off. Well, fresh off a career high at UW, Jaylen Wells pulls it into a new week here in Corvallis.
Tell you what, he had 19 that you referenced in Seattle. He's got a quick 11 tonight. 4 for 4 from the field, and 3 of those are threes. Again, though, not a surprise when you look at what he did at Sonoma State. He averaged over 22 a game his sophomore year, just under 9 boards, and shot 44% from 3. Both coaches identified that they wanted to try and get it up the floor quickly, and Oregon State in particular, they're getting it up the floor for layups. Washington State's gotten it up a couple times for perimeter shots.
Wells. Oh, he's a flamethrower. 14 of the 20 for the Cougs. Wells on the pull-up. Wow. Still hasn't missed. 16 of the Cougars' 22.
Man, oh man, is he on fire.
Shooting the gap, it's Jaylen Wells. His easiest 2 of the nights. 19 and an OT win at UW. In the Jaylen Wells Show at Gill Coliseum in Corvallis.
Good entry pass by Dexter O'Connor.
They send 2 at Clough. Good look opposite. Ball movement to Wells. He's been on fire.
It's hard to not rotate to an open three-point shooter.
Wells again. And he wanted a foul.
Am I missing something?
Oscar Clough going at Dante. Let it fly. Wells does. Well, second tallest team in college basketball. Oh, they have not seen Chinyelu in this first half. Oh, tough shot. Wow! Shellstad is hot, but he hasn't had any openings. This isn't 2 guys facing. Tracy is excellent.
And now Wells the drive and hits. That's a hanging jump shot there too. Tied at 2.
Well, again, the reason he can get that.
And Chinyelu, right spot, right moment. Winsu on the floor. Wells. And man, there's some confidence growing in that young man right there. Jaylen Wells from downtown. Yeah, Washington State has won 8 of their last 9 games. Victories against Utah, Colorado, Washington, Oregon State. And they're up 19-50. He believes Miles Rice reminds him of Tony Parker.
That's a good comp. That's a really good comp right there because of the way he handles it, right? And just kind of darts, dashes, weaves, gets into the lane.
Wells from the elbow. And Wells now with 9 points. Big first half of pressure for Winsu. And into the open floor, bounce to Clough, the catch. And now Wells for 3. Clough poked it out. Rice for 3. That's off the front of the rim. And Wells picks it up. Washington State just beating them to loose balls on that possession.
Everything going.
Here's Wells. Yakimovsky will drive to the corner. Wells, corner 3. Bingo.
Good looking shot.
Smith, are you saying, guys, did you see what Isaac just did? Get him the ball more?
Absolutely.
And Wells tees up the 3. He hit 2 in that first half.
Really excited to watch him tonight.
There's Wells pulling up in the lane from 6 feet.
And he's D'ing up too. Look at the intensity. Arizona, they're going to pass that off, switch that right there. A lot of those guards can guard anybody.
Here's Wells for 3. Got it. Wells shooting 45%.
Sue, oh, you got a little mini Mamba in you. And he's like, that's why I wear the Kobe's, man. He loved it. He loved it. I said that. And I'm like, you got that kind of style, that kind of competitiveness, that grit, you know, just the way he plays. And he like embraced it. He was all in for it.
You know what I'm surprised he didn't say?
Yeah.
As Jaylen Wells hits a 3-pointer to put the Cougs up by 6. That man is put together.
And there's the 7'8" wingspan you also talked about.
There's Love, pump fake. Here comes Rice to Wells. Hanging, and hitting.
Really difficult shot.
Cougars
right
up by 6. The great point about Rice, and he is just a freshman. Granted, he's been in school for 3 years. This is his first year on the court as Jaylen Wells hits another 3, his 3rd of the game.
Feels like the biggest shot of the game for Arizona for a couple reasons.
And Wells answers right back. His 4th 3 of the game.
Now back to this matchup. They like Rice with key shot on him.
From deep. And Wells drills it. Jaylen Wells now 5 3-pointers in the game. And he is the most effective sniper from distance on either team.
Absolute flamethrower right now. Look at the arc on that thing in the depth. Pelle Larsson just turns around and shakes his head like that was, what, 3-4 feet behind, or easily 4 or 5 feet behind the line. He's shown his ability to hit mid-range, get to the hoop, and shoot 27.
Picked up the dribble. Back out to Winsu. Impossible shot falling away. Jaylen Wells hits it. He has 21.
Yakimovsky right there with the play. He was able to find Wells. It was the only thing they could do, just scrambling at the end of the clock.
Rice and Wells working the 2-man game.
I don't think they're going to get it.
Rice, deep 3. Follow has a hand on it. Yakimovsky rips it away from the corner. Got it! Wow. Jaylen Wells. Contact. He goes down into the front row of the crowd.
Are you kidding me?
With a chance for a 4-point play.
A 4-point play with 24 to go. Forget the 2 for 1.
Wow.
They dialed up a 4-point play. Look at this. Key shot. It looks like he did get in his space right there. Looked like the right call. Couldn't see all of it, but. Whew.
Jaylen Wells with what could be the biggest play of the game. A chance for a 4-point play. That last 3
kind of house money right here after making the 3. So his confidence is sky high.
And he gets it. 1-point lead for the visiting Washington State Cougars. Here's Wells with a new season high 26.
And timeout. Here
off his feet.
Well, they never played with each other because it's Jones' first year here at Washington State.
They may have worked out together, though. AJ being 8 miles away at Idaho. That must be what it is.
Very possible. As that rattles in for Jaylen Wells.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's just been a fantastic addition. USC's defense as well, AJ. They're doing a fantastic job here on the defensive end. They're giving Washington State a dose of their own medicine. Look at that beautiful runner.
Nice floater, Jaylen Wells, the Division
II. By Morgan for sealing his defender. Getting the easy dunk.
He's been sidelined with some foul trouble. Big basket there. Turnaround Wells. Hello, Jaylen Wells. Welcome to the game.
Yeah, he's been quiet all day, but now is the time they try to work that ball around Isaiah Collier. Oh, bad pass.
You could see that telegraph the whole way.
That's a huge mistake right there by a veteran guy, Boogie Ellis. No way that pass had a chance.
Jaylen Wells.
Yeah, I told you, big-time players step up when the game is on the line. Jaylen Wells has been quiet, but there's been no bigger shot than that one right there. That might be the nail in the coffin for USC.
This building has been quiet most of the night, but 2 bombs. One by Watts, one by Wells.
It's a complete breakdown defensively, leaving Jaylen Wells wide open. I mean, there's not a defender nowhere near him. Bottoms up.
It's a 10-2 run for Washington State, and I know you're not a numbers guy. The 3-point line, it changes the math. He hit a couple on his last trip. That was his first miss in 5 attempts today. This to make it a 2-score game again. No. Rebound, Rodman. No timeouts.
Look at the position, Clough. And ends up with a 3 for Wells.
Oh, here they come. Here comes the Cougars stand.
Jaylen Wells and scores it and one. There was an example we were talking about. Rice chose that time. He pushed that ball up more quickly into the front court. Sets up Wells. Boom. Wells hits it.
Baines, one of those pioneers in Washington State basketball in the last 20 years.
Yeah. Good stuff, Jordan.
That's very good. Aaron Baines has been able to play as recently as this year. He's
to play inside out. Expect Jones to get a lot of touches in that mid-post area where he's a playmaker.
And they will have to work defensively. Colorado long possessions yesterday in that big game against Utah. Wells pivoting, has to hook a pass to get it out of trouble. Got it back for a three. That's good. Great stuff, Allison. 15 on an average of about 10 and a half this year for Washington State in the turnover department. Oh, that's a laser beam of a pass, and it got a three.
It's built as the years got on. Enright with the near steal.
Enright, we know he's a pesky defender.
If you turn your back on him, he's going to take a gamble on you.
Post left side. High low. Tough pass.
Good help from the weak side. Watts read that the whole way.
Rice to Watts. Extra pass to the corner for Wells for three. It's good around the rim and down. And a timeout called by the Bulldogs. The inbounds goes to Jones. Three from way downtown for Wells. He's got it to go. Clough inside, working against Brody. Overton, by the way, went to the bench with 3 fouls. Wells, shot fake, then takes it, rattles it home. Big time shot for Jaylen Wells.
On the floor, Brody has to take that matchup. So it's a mismatch.
Brody stood his ground, but Wells State has 5 altogether.
It seems like Washington State's had trouble getting the ball in bounds underneath the basket.
Too hard. Rebound, Rob Jones tried to kick it out and stolen by Isaac Jones. And here comes Wells up the left side of the floor for Washington State. They lead it 2-0. Wells driving left all the way in. Double clutch layup good. It's 4-0 in favor of the Cougars. Jaylen Wells connecting. On the dribble now at the point guard spot. Got a screen from Ward, drove it, double clutch shot, knocked away by Clough, and cleared by Yakimovsky.
Man, where's the foul on that one?
I thought Clough pretty physically got over there to challenge. Now it is Wells throwing it out high to Rice. Rice between the circles, spins on the dribble. Now maintains the dribble and looks to create. Off to the right wing it goes. This is Yakimovsky with 8 to shoot along the right baseline. Shovels to Wells in the left corner. He's on the dribble, fires a 3 left wing and hits it. Jaylen Wells connects for 3. He's got 5 points and it's 7-0. Back to back, Gilbert and Lipsy attacking. Cyclones within 2. And this crowd comes to life. 14-12, Washington State. 6:37 to go in the first. Isaac Jones on a handoff to Wells to the free throw line. Tough jumper, good. He's been really good, Jaylen Wells. Now it's going to get louder. 17-16 Cyclones. Rice has it out high for Washington State. Iowa State with its first lead of the game. And now Rice on the dribble goes to Winsu, left side to Wells. Covered up by Gilbert. Wells creates some space, launches a 3, and buries it. This guy's been terrific. He has 10. And Washington State back in front. And he almost lost control of it. Bounced it out to Momcilovic. He gets to the left of the lane. Step through move. Missed the shot. Tip wouldn't go. And the rebound to Isaac Jones.
Yeah, Milan just didn't quite get his feet underneath him on that shot.
2-point lead in the ball for the Cougars. On the left wing is Wells, driving it, bumps into Gilbert, and then scores it and draws a foul on Hassan Ward. I mean, he physically just knocked Gilbert out of the way and then got fouled by Hassan, knocked the shot down, and he'll try for a 3-point play. 12 points for Jaylen. Finally to Wells in the left corner. He's had the hot hand. Gilbert defending him right now. Wells, a 14-footer, good. He has 14 points in the first half, and it is 23-19 Washington State.
Man, he has been cooking.
And Clough rebounds for the Cougars. And they lead it by 4 and have the basketball with 3:25 remaining in the half. Rice on the dribble. Left wing to Wells. Against Gilbert. Wells puts it on the floor off a Clough screen. Backs up. Almost fired the 3. Now goes to Winsu on the left side. Winslow against Watson, driving it left, got up in the air, threw it to Wells in the right corner. Wells with 3 to shoot, lean in, jumper right baseline, good again. 16 for Jaylen Wells. He just is able to create a little bit of space and then
set play, pinned down, great job on the delivery.
And a great catch and shoot by Kirk Jones. Cyclones by 7, 42-35. Here's Wells down the lane, lean in jumper, got it. This guy is terrific. He has 18 in the game.
Yeah, first bucket of the second half.
42. Yes. Rice to throw it in the corner. Gets it into Wells. 8 to shoot. Wells against Rob Jones, trying to create some space. Wells driving, tough fadeaway, and a foul called on Rob. 3:10 to go. 2 shots for Jaylen Wells, who had 16 points of their 27 in the first half. His free throw is good. Wells now up to 19 in the game. Second free throw by Wells. He got it. It's 59-50. 3:10 to go.
And they're showing 2-2-1, three-quarter court
pressure. With the 39th pick in the 2024 NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Jaylen Wells from Washington State University.
Jaylen Wells from Washington State, selected 39th overall by the Memphis Grizzlies. This is what this is all about, sharing this with your family, enjoying this sweet moment here. He led Washington State in three-pointers and percentage. Now he's taking his talents to the Memphis Grizzlies and sharing this moment with Mark Tatum.